forged from the love of liberty in the fires of hope and prayer. With boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners, wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection, and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio. Net Radio.
Hey, get that. Every time parang season comes around, day and night I hearing the same old song. Pick up me quattro to go with the boys. Before I hit the door, you start making noise. When this year trying something new, I'm staying home with you. All the chores are helping you do. I'm tired of the complaining, the constant tongue lashing. So when they come for me, I want you go with me. Yo, then you go see how the parangos have me. Way yo, don't you go know why I love me parents so. Way yo, just come along, you do bound alone this song. Way yo, then you go know why I love me parents so. Way yo, hey, come go, get them. Way yo, come go, hey yeah. Give me. Yo, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Every time when I come home from Paris, you accusing me for having outside woman. And when I deny, you swell up your mouth. You really
Radio Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music, and vibes to start your day right.
Well, as the man says there, boy, come go. Hey everybody, good morning to you. How you doing this morning? Welcome to it. Good to have you here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
When parang music gets inside,
We are the heartbeat of the Caribbean, taking you above and beyond.
nothing again. Patrol strumming marang.
Good morning, TNT. Good morning to our friends in the Caribbean, people who are streaming all around the globe, different time zones at this point in time.
On your back,
Hoping that you guys had a really fantastic weekend. As we welcome everybody. Thanks to the Heavenly Father for bringing us together for another day. All that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing, honor to you. You know, I'm yours truly, Sir Charles. Happy am I to be here with you. As we welcome everybody wherever you may be, this is your Get Up and Go. We welcome you to the Breakfast Show.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The Breakfast Show, energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. Sir Charles, are you there?
Yes, I am right here with you.
Good morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. It's Monday morning in Trinidad and Tobago. There was a slight drizzle this morning early, but it appears to have cleared up now. At least there was a drizzle in Arima. I'm in Port of Spain, so I can't tell if it's still happening up Arima side. But anyway, we're here. We're happy to be in the land of the living. I have a few birthdays. Well, of course, this month is the month of October, and it's chock full of birthdays right through the day, right through the month. There are birthdays. Today is fellow journalist. I can't remember which newspaper she writes for now. I think it's Express. Asha Javid, she is celebrating her birthday today. Mark Walters from Diversified Technologies, that's the guy who sees all my gates, the automatic maneuvering of the gates.
That's the gate man?
That's the gate man. That's him himself. He's gotten a lot of recommendations from this show. You know, he's very thorough. So happy birthday, Mark. Camille Balkaran, she works down there at the Diego Martin Regional Corporation, or the Borough Corporation. She is celebrating her birthday today. Debbie Gaspard, hey, long time no hear from Debbie. Debbie is celebrating her birthday today. Keita Edwards, he lives abroad, somewhere abroad. Huh? In Canada, he lives in Canada. Whenever you tell me he lives in Canada. So he is celebrating his birthday today. I'm sure that I have others, you know. The Ramdu brothers, there's a twin, Alistair and Andre Ramdu. They celebrated their birthday yesterday. All right.
That is Powder Magazine people.
The Ramdus, they in St. James.
Oh, okay.
They're Randu, R-A-N-D-W, which is Mother Randu on them. And then they are Ramdu, R-A-M-D-W.
Oh, okay. So this is Ram.
Yeah. The Randus from Cookery, the Ramdus from St. James.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are my birthday greetings today, and of course for all those who celebrated over the weekend, and of course for those the days to come. Steve Khan also celebrated over the weekend. So anyone else? I hope you had a fantastic time. You know?
Yeah, well, I don't really have any birthdays today. I think I have somebody sometime later on in the week, but today, nah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
so, how was the weekend? Everything was good?
October is filled with birthdays. Now, I had a mixed weekend. My weekend started off good, but it it didn't go so good after.
Deteriorated.
Yeah, it deteriorated, and largely because of my own fault.
Okay.
You know, and maybe now is a good time to send to do an apology that I have for a good friend. I am, you know, it's not easy for me to deal with people, and it's not easy for people to deal with me. You know,
Tell me about it.
yeah. But I've had to,
That is what is called self-awareness.
yeah. Sometimes self-awareness could take you down the realm of selfishness sometimes. But yeah, I've been going through a lot of issues, legal, mental, for want of a better word, issues with workers, financial, you name it.
You have it all going on all at the same time.
Yeah.
Like that, there's a point in time that you get in life that everything seems to be, you know, pressing against you at the same time.
Yeah, and I've not been able to. Sometimes I've been pretty good at controlling myself and controlling things, but sometimes I just how I should put it, I just explode. If that's a word.
Yeah.
I don't think it's explode because I don't have the potential to explode. I have the potential to say things and do things that I shouldn't. You know, so I had this good friend, and he's an attorney. He's a friend of mine, my business partner, and an attorney. But more so my friend, who I kind of, he got the short end of my stick lately.
Oh my gosh, he was your punching bag.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say I punch him, but
in a sense, yeah. So you know, if you take over somebody, you know, when they're ready, don't disturb it.
Yeah, you tell somebody something or you do somebody something that you afterwards you reflect on it and say, well, you shouldn't have. So I'm apologizing this morning to Stephen Wilson. And if he's not listening and anybody knows knows him, you could tell him I said I'm sorry on national radio.
Oh my word.
Because it really affected. That's one of the friendships I don't want affected by all the crap that I'm going through. You know what I mean? Because as I say, legally he's been there for me through thick and thin. And so many other ways. So that's one of the friendships I do not want affected by my situation.
You're right.
I'm apologizing publicly on radio this morning.
All right, okay, cool. I hope that does the trick. I really hope so.
Well, it's not a trick I'm looking for. I really need to do it. I don't know if it will change anything between us, but you know, it's just that I felt that I needed to do it.
Yeah.
You know, just like I need to tell my story, which I will tell eventually.
Yeah, we can't wait. Trust me. There's a whole new play by itself.
Yeah. It's an interesting story, especially in light of all that's been going on with people, married couples, separated couples, so many people dealing with issues of life. You know, I want to give mine so that people could understand where I've been for the last few years, and certainly since this new program started, where I've been, you know.
And that is why we have so many domestic situations ending up so badly these days. Because of all of those things that are happening. But let's get into our good news, and then we will get into all the other things.
In Trinidad and Tobago, where we set up a vertical farm featuring 140 aeroponic towers. Located in the Caribbean, we came here to work hand in hand with our partners to install this aeroponic farm and train their team to operate it efficiently. This farm will primarily be growing lettuce and aromatic herbs. We started by arranging the layout of the farm, followed by connecting the float valves and configuring the submersible pumps. Then came the installation of the irrigation lines and the assembly of the towers, stacking the growing sections to the desired height. Once the towers were ready, we mixed the nutrients and connected the automated irrigation system to a centralized gravity tank, which continuously feeds the towers with nutrient-enriched water regulated by float valves, providing all the essential minerals and trace elements that plants need to thrive. After the installation, we trained the team on the best seedling practices and transplanted the seedlings onto the towers, which include basil, lettuce, thyme, mint, and edible flowers such as marigolds and celosia. Scotia. And in a matter of a couple days, this team is now fully qualified to run this vertical farm.
Very interesting. Where is that?
I am not too sure exactly where it is. I just saw it. I'm trying to do some research to find out exactly where this farm is located. In Trinidad, they say,
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing it somewhere here in TNT, Aero, whatever they call it, Amex, and they are growing all manner of stuff, and it looks like a pretty neat process,
Mm-hmm.
They seem to have it well organized, and those are the kinds of things that you see happening in places like China and and in Germany and stuff, and things. Those kinds of modernized ways of doing things. Yeah. But anybody who has any information about it, because I'm trying to find it, trying to get onto the persons who are doing it to get some more information and stuff. I just saw it on social media. Actually, Zena sent it to me. So,
Okay.
Good morning, Zena. Thank you so much.
Morning, Zena. Morning.
Yeah. This one was really, really interesting. To see how they have all of these things, these different plants growing there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people just real study this thing in the weather.
Yeah. I like plants. You know that, right? The rotoplastic, I remember quite some years ago, brought out a pot that irrigates the plants. You fill the base of the pot, and there are holes at the bottom. The pot is made in such a way that the water will go down into the bottom and go around the side. And you don't have to wet that plant for another 2 weeks or so. The water is stored inside of there, and it naturally goes into the soil after a period of time. Those pots were expensive, but guess what? I invested in them because the time to go out in the yard every day to wet plants and so on had started to get to me, and especially when I travel. So I bought them specifically for when I travel, so that my pots, I didn't have to depend on anybody, because Lord knows my son, my then wife, and my son, and them ain't going no yard to wet no plants. Them plants dying and boiling. Hell murder, them ain't going in the yard to wet no plants. So I had to find a way. And rotoplastic brought all these pots, and I bought them. So I still use those pots. And they are a big help, to naturally irrigate the plant in your absence. Of course, if you go on a little longer than normal, or if the sun hotter than normal, I'd rather tell you what happens, right?
But I really admire, I've never really done it in any big way. I did it, little things, we plant stuff, I remember we had where we were in Bareakfast at the time, we had yard space, and my father we planted all different manner of peas, corn, different things, and then we had a lot of fruit trees around us, and fig tree, mango tree, orange tree, those kinds of things. But I've never actually gone into it to say I was fully into planting. But I admire anybody who just do it, because that planting and gardening is real hard work, and especially with the climate today, where we have people only waiting, watching all your hard work. and the night before you go into to say, I'll give it one more night, and then we go and pick all of that. They'll come in and thief all your thing.
I have a Julie mango tree that bears right through the year now. You know why? Because I built a turtle pond right next to the Julie mango tree. So the turtle water, the feces that the turtle create, and they create a lot, seeps into the root of this plant. That is why I tell you, not all things that they say is SHIT bad for you. Because this SHIT working for that plant is bear non-stop. I get Julie mangoes non-stop from that plant, and sweet Julie mango. All because it's situated in such a way that the seepage from the turtle pond goes into the root of the Julie mango tree. You believe that? Isn't that something?
Yeah.
So I thank God for my turtles. They create manure for my for my Julie mangoes, and I get Julie mangoes right through the year. You know.
Let me send out some birthday greetings. I'm now seeing some stuff in the chat, and people sometimes you have to forgive me on the chat. Sometimes I have to go into some of these things, right? So Edward Fabian, I actually thought it was Errol Fabian. Edward Fabian is celebrating his birthday, so Pinal, and that is Brenda's husband. So Brenda, I do apologize for I didn't see it. Sorry about that. So happy birthday to your husband. Who's celebrating his birthday, and let me just check quick and see. Anybody else? Well, if I come across anybody else, and I will say it as I go along, right? Or they don't hang me out to dry.
Yeah. But I'm sure in the YouTube chat we'll have some. So let me go through and greet the people on the tube now.
Yeah.
Subash came in at 9:03 p.m. last night. Subash from Woodland. Joyce Phillips, Suzanne Jessup, that's Suzanne, Suzette, and Mrs. Gemma, Valerie Mendoza. First we get apologies for Richard. He, of course, he went and ran foul on court last night, right? So,
yeah.
You know what was happening the following morning, right? He can't keep up.
Yeah. And he's not as young as he used to be, or he feels.
No. He's getting down in age. Brennan Smith from Goodwood in Tobago, Eunice Dublin, Boy Bidesi, Ava Smith, Odell Guy, Margaret Thomas, Claire Lindor Rollins, Rena Jennings, Patricia Defoe, Erica Charles, Michael Cadet, Bridget Buchanan, who says, good morning to my favorite station, came back last night from Trinidad and as usual did not want to come back to the US. I don't blame you. Diane Payne says, good morning guys, all on the live chat. And she said, now whatever the thoughts is, then pray hard. Sherwin and Juliet Kerr, good morning. Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona. Manuela Peters, good morning to everyone. Sharon Bernard, Marlon Mockley, Alistair Hart. Guys, this last week was a murderous one. You're right, it's been 18 or 19 murders in the past week. That will form the basis of our poll this morning. Debbie Modest, Carol Guevara and Noel says good morning. Nicola McNichol says good morning, gentlemen, and everyone have a productive day to all. Anxious to see what this budget brings. But the Prime Minister is giving us a lot of hope by what she's been saying in terms of the presentation of the budget. So we'll wait and see. Gavin Frank says good morning. Lambert Bruce, Diane Payne, Lincoln, Julia Batiste, Prabha Ramdial, Trinidad Margot, Anthony Atwell, Magic, Donna Ramlo Chan, Wayne Ramsey, Sankofa says bountiful graces. Great is our nation and it shall always prevail. Debbie Modest says good morning, gentlemen. Florence Bazi, Donna Ramlo Chan, take it to the Lord in prayer, Wendell. Thank you very much. And she says we are all human. David McCarthy, top of the day and a magical Monday to all. Dynamic Jewish salutations. Brenda said today is my husband Edward Fabian's birthday. So there it is.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Okay, so
okay. So happy birthday to Edward Fabian, husband of Brenda. She's wishing you an absolutely birthday. Edward, she said, anything you want today, you will get. That's what she said. She put that as a side note. I read between the lines. Basically, anything you want, Edward, you'll get today from
You're
Brenda.
lucky like that here. Lucky like that today. You get through today.
Edward, go through anything. Jaron Joseph says good morning all. Stick Money Grip also says good morning. Today is budget day. Robert Harper. Sankofa say Wendell, give thanks you have been liberated. If there is no peace in a relationship, there is no love. Give thanks. Apollina says good morning. Florence Bazi, my daughter's birthday. Darcel John Vincent was yesterday. All right, so belated birthday greetings to Darcel John Vincent, coming from your mom, Florence Bazi.
I like that name, Darcel. Nice name. Darcel, happy birthday.
Yes. Wendell, you must check out the greenhouse on the Wallerfield Road just as you enter from the main roadside. I got some interesting. Okay, I will. I was actually up that side yesterday. Michael Oliver says good morning from New York. It's a big day. Katian Charles says good morning, and special morning to Arlene in Bronxville, Ozzy Molino, Anthony Miguel, and Brent Hackshaw. Those are the greetings I have online.
All right, so let me say good morning to Fifi in Addis Ababa. Fifi came in very early and was one of the first persons on the chat this morning. It's probably lunchtime now where Fifi is. Yeah, most likely, because they're 7 hours ahead. And good morning to Kent in Laventel. Terry-Ann Peters, you're getting up early this morning. She's from Mova. Captain Ron is locked on in Orlando. Judith in Mount St. George, Tobago. Mr. Billy in Powder Magazine, very busy on his chat this morning. See his phone going. Miss Sampson, good morning to you. Have a great day. I hope you I hope you don't have any problems this week, Miss Sampson, especially with that Bareakfast in San Fernando. Mr. Beeps and the folks out there in Pity Valley, good morning. Colin on his way to work this morning to take care of our patients at the hospital. Zena in Arima, good morning. Thank you so much, Zena. Ron DeSantis in Virginia, Archbishop Ashton Clark in Canada, and of course, Brenda is back with me this morning. Yeah. So those are all of the people that we have on the chat this morning. Good morning to everybody, and thanks for being here on New Era TT Radio. And we really want to say good morning to the folks on the Gael family who are joining us. And Gael people, they can text and call in and thing, and we need all the support too, right? Yeah. All right, so we're going for a short break, and then we'll come back and we'll see what is in the dailies this morning.
Yeah.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Don't miss Furniture Plus Inventory Blowout Sale. Get up to 65% off in-store and online. Enjoy massive savings on furniture, appliances, and more. Hurry, this deal won't last. Shop now and save big at Furniture Plus.
Charmflair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop. Located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Charmflair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Davantry tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Charmflair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Charmflair. We do it all.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
All right. We have some other greetings on the chat. Chris Tuse, Ava Smith, Debbie Mitchell, all joined the chat, and Bernadette Yates and Rena Bulu Jennings. They all joined the chat down in the end there. So we can get into the newspapers. I could start first with today's Express. Today, of course, is October 13th, 2025. The main headline in today's Express reads, Tanku's test. Finance Minister delivers budget today, plan to rebuild bad economy. PM, we will try to make everyone happy. We look forward to that, Madam Prime Minister. There's also a picture under the caption, Deep Devotion. Finance Minister Devendra Tanku offers prayers during the opening of the Diwali Nagar on Saturday night site. Looking on Pandit Ahmedan Prasad Sharma, President of the National Council for the Indian Culture, Sujdev Mangaru, Sunarayan Kusal, Executive Chairman of Kusal's group, and Sahadio Partha. They are all on pictured on the front page. When you turn inside, trio still in custody, Trini, Venezuelan, and Guyanese. A businessman body, Imraz Ali, was found a month after he went missing, found down a precipice. Driver shot dead in SUV. That story will form the basis of our poll. Skeng gunned down in bedroom. All eyes on Tanku. No going to IMF, no devaluation. We will try, says Kamala. And drunk man dies at beach line. Those are all stories trending in today's Express. And in the back, the wraparound Nagar opens. Song and dance takes center stage. And in sport, West Indies are battling against India with John Campbell, 87 not out at the end of the third day, and Shehu, 60-something not out. Now, John Campbell is a cricketer who plays for West Indies, who really shouldn't even be playing on Timari. Okay? He really shouldn't even be playing on Timari. But he plays for West Indies. He fails. Then one day he makes a big score. And guess what? John Campbell back on the West Indies team again. And he fails. So we going. So John Campbell is at 87 not out. More than likely he might make 100. And guess what? Just so John Campbell is West Indies' best batsman. Oh.
John Campbell knows when to step up.
He knows exactly when to step up.
Maybe every time they say, John, watch if you make no runs now, you see this time you're going to drop you. They need to continue to threaten John.
So these cricketers are messes. Anyway, those are today's Express, Charles.
All right. And in the Guardian today, just before we get into the Guardian, programming note for you guys, just to let you know that we will be bringing the budget presentation live for you also, courtesy of the Parliament channel. So we will definitely bringing it to you on your Era TT Radio from around 1:30. They say once they start at 1:30, and we'll be bringing you the entire presentation. And then we look forward to bringing you also the opposition's response to the budget. All right. So in the Guardian today, all eyes on Tanku for today's budget. Finance Minister promises package to turn TNT around. I've heard that before somewhere. Kamala on budget. We can't give everybody everything. All right, nice. Beckles, budget must address social crisis, reignite growth. Student invents water activated days for Diwali. That is something I have to find out about. Citizens call for more investment in people. PM vows to continue war against TNT social ills. Tanku calls on nationals in diaspora to return home. Or they bring all the money and come home now, man. All right. Man found murdered in SUV. Man drowns during fishing line with friends in Mayaro. I don't know what anyhow, these beach lines where people lose their life. We don't have lifeguards on the beaches anymore. NCIC President, TNT must deal with decaying elements of society. And there's one story I wanted to raise, like I skip over it. Experts, intelligence needed to address spike in murders. Right? And those are in the Guardian for you guys today.
Let me do the news there for you quickly now. Since Richard is not here. Funeral home director among 11 charged for drunk driving. I wonder which funeral home is that?
Well, most funeral home drivers are always drunk, you know.
Well, to be able to deal with it's hard enough dealing with the living. Can you imagine how it is dealing with the dead?
I don't know anybody who does drive for a funeral who does be sober.
Who don't?
So anytime they look at the charge people, let us pull aside a hearse.
Pull aside a hearse.
Yeah, pull aside a hearse and get them a breathalyzer.
Poor fellas, or poor girls, because women as drivers is too.
Them too.
Anyway, PM celebrates Diwali homecoming in Siparia. Presbyterian board only Christian celebrations in our secondary schools. Updated quarry boss, 17 others out on $50,000 bail. San Juan Promenade renamed for Anthony Roberts. I'm very happy to see that. Anthony Roberts was of course former chairman of San Juan Lavantil. He was a former member of parliament, former government minister. The San Juan Promenade has been renamed after him. And that's one of the promenades, whoever takes care of the plants does an absolutely wonderful job.
Yeah, they really do. They really do.
Yeah.
There was a movie called Edward Scissorhands.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, I feel Edward does take care of this hour.
Yeah, those plants are always pristine. Yeah, bearer bandit nabbed by cops. And there's an ad in today's Newsday. Strange enough, we did a program on this, and guess what the ad is saying? Men get it too. Breast cancer awareness.
Hey, just coincidental.
Just coincidence. Thank Newsday. That's all right if you want to follow us, That's quite all right. We had Dr. Cave, and he spoke about it. So those are all our newspapers for today, Sir Charles.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
You have that video of that fracas in Parliament?
No, I didn't download it.
Didn't download that?
No.
Well, there was, for people who don't know, there was a fracas in Parliament, a shouting match, and I was minded, and I probably still do it, to Google parliamentary brawls all over the world, because I don't know if you all know, a brawl in a parliament is not an unusual thing, eh?
No, it's very common.
Physical brawls in parliament, not unusual, eh? This one, however, didn't get physical, but it was whilst Kareem Marcel was on his feet giving his presentation, and I'm happy that Schumer last night shared the entire thing, because you couldn't get the context of what he was saying based on just that little clip where Mr. Parat got up, right, on a point of order. You had to play the whole clip to understand why Kareem would have gone where he went. And clearly the atmosphere in Parliament will always be combative now. It will be even more combative than probably before, because we've got a Speaker of the House who, in my opinion, enters the debate. So I even messaged Minister MP Scotland the other day. I said, why is the Speaker part of the debate? Is he? He said he can't help it. That was Scotland's response. But he gets into the debate as opposed to guiding it. He gets and he talks and he gives his opinion. And to me, that's his style, but I don't know that is proper. Right? I stand corrected on that. Maybe he's a different type of speaker, and he is going to let his legal acumen and expertise come to the fore with him advising and directing and saying all manner of things. Or them go fix that. But Kareem was on his leg and saying something, and Barry Parat got up on a point of order and shouted at Kareem Marcel, sit down. And, well, I don't know. I always know Kareem was a quiet. Kareem exploded, and the whole place exploded, because I was hearing Scotland voice. It erupted into mayhem that Minister Barry Parat could actually be speaking to a fellow member of the House like that. Sit down. And he is not even the Speaker of the House. The Speaker of the House even had to try to calm him down. And it just didn't happen. It went on for quite a while until they got back order. You know,
I wonder what it would have caused him to start at that point. Did the video also show you all that? So what caused him to jump up? What caused Mr. Pararat himself also to jump up and say, "Hey, sit down"? I wonder what was happening at that point in time.
Well, because of what Karim was saying, that's the only reason.
You must share with me the video that you have, so I can check
he
it
got
out.
up and said, "Sit down."
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out exactly, what triggered the whole thing.
Chat, nothing to find out.
What is that?
Showed you the thing, live,
No. Well, I saw. Yeah, I said I saw a short part of the thing.
You only saw the short clip. No, go on.
Yeah,
the long clip.
I don't know.
Long clip of it.
Yeah.
You understand?
But I know some part of the day will send me the long clip. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I thought, we know Barry Pararat has a propensity for aggressiveness, if for want of a better word. He's very fiery, you know what I mean? But he needs to be fiery for the right thing, not shouting at people like they are his children. You understand? And that he is in charge. There's a speaker in charge. I found it most unfortunate. And Karim,
and that is why I asked that, because if somebody is being offensive in the house, it is the speaker's job to intervene and say, "Look, member, you are going over the line. You take a seat or something."
Yeah.
But for somebody across the floor to be jumping up and saying,
"Yeah,
sit down," or whatever it is, So
what Mr. Marcel was pointing out and reminding the house was when the Attorney General himself pointed at members of the opposition and said, "I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for you." That was the point Marcel was making. So he wasn't calling the government vindictive. He was specifically speaking about that presentation that was not stopped by the Attorney General. When he pointed at members of the opposition and said, "I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for you." That's the point Karim Marcel was making. But it is that parliament growing up in a brawl, like so many other parliaments.
It's a good thing. I hope that they have the chairs bolted down, because like in some other parliaments, there's spell chair and thing. They probably must start to bolt down the chairs and thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's get on there.
But they got carried away. But let's hope it doesn't. Let's hope it ends there. Some apology. Well, Karim actually apologized after to the speaker, to the house. He apologized. He said he has nothing to apologize to Barry Pararat for. But he did apologize to the speaker, because the speaker at the end of the day is the one in charge. I don't know if Mr. Pararat issued an apology. I have no idea.
But was there also some walkout by the opposition also?
There was a walkout at some point in time. I didn't see that though.
I didn't see that. I was hearing something like that. I don't know if it was in relation to the same situation or if it's something else that was going on maybe in between there. But I understand that they had some sort of walkout. Yeah.
But it caused a lot of debate over the weekend in terms of the presentation, because I think too, and this is what I think I read this summit, they don't have much respect for Karim Marcel, and they better, because he's a qualified attorney at law. He's a very bright young man. He's clearly very articulate and very passionate about the representation he gives to the people of Laventille. You understand?
I don't believe these politicians have any kind of respect for anybody, and in the house. There's I just get a feeling. And it's not a now feeling; it's a long time feeling, because sometimes I remember, when I would see some persons going after each other, and you could tell it's more than just the debate of what's going on. It's like, you see me and like you, and that is why the atmosphere, where our poll question is coming from today, Wendell, is so charged also, because that same kind of you can't talk to me and I don't like you, I go eliminate you, and those kinds of things that come across from our people in our parliament. It comes all the way down to what our society is.
Yeah,
They are probably not there because they feel that it is stopped there. But no. It goes all the way down the road.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it would have been so important for us to actually show that clip. But I didn't.
But if you send it to my try and see if I could get it up.
I didn't. Nobody sent it to me actually. I saw it all on social media.
Yeah.
You know, but it really got out of hand in the parliament on Friday.
Yeah. You know, so it would be nice to find out, you know, what really transpired. But I know we have some people who would have been following it, could give us a little idea and as to where it all started and don't give us half of the story, give us the whole story.
Yeah, but that was it. There's a longer version of the clip.
Yeah.
There's a longer version of the clip that showed you Kareem's presentation itself. You understand? And the speaker basically was, in my humble opinion, the speaker basically was sided with Kareem. You know? I had no problem with Kareem. You know? You understand? So it just.
So the speaker is supposed to provide protection. Eh?
Yeah.
You know, against these things and stuff. But before we actually open the lines to take your calls, people. Wendell, you wanted to let to say something concerning the poll before we get into the calls.
Oh, all right. Yes, our poll this morning is based on a story I saw in today's paper, and that story reads: "Driver shot dead in SUV." Northeastern Division Police are probing the fatal shooting of an unidentified man whose body was found early yesterday morning inside a vehicle at Susulands. Investigators suspect he was killed late Saturday night. He had been shot several times. While processing the scene, officers found several spent shells and used vehicle parts concealed in bushes near where the SUV was parked. The incident has pushed the murder toll up to 295 for the year so far. The comparative toll for the same period last year was 499. Last week, there were 18 homicides across Trinidad. The whole country is under its second state of emergency. Commissioner of Police Alistair Guevara told the newspaper last week that the TNT Police Service had taken note of the spike and was actively attempting to curtail further incidents. Preliminary analysis suggests that it was the result of retaliatory violence among known criminal actors. TTPS is actively disrupting these cycles through targeted operations and intelligence-led interventions. Whilst latest reports have been concerning, our year-to-date data shows fluctuations and not a sustained upward trend. TTPS maintains a robust presence in affected areas. So, that's from the basis of our poll. Are you concerned? 18 murders in one week. Are you concerned? Yes or no?
Yeah, so we'll get to the poll in a short. But right now we can open the lines to take your calls. And so this is where you can get in on the show, 281-1315 or 299-5156, right? Both numbers are working. You can regular call us or you can WhatsApp call us. But you know what? Just call us, okay? So we have the lines engaged, so let's go. Good morning to your caller. Are you there with us? Okay, jump off the line, man. All right. And people remember to listen on the phone, so when we connect with you. Good morning to your caller. Rayban, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Charles Wendell.
Good morning.
Yeah. Your TV kind of loud in the background.
In Parliament. I find the speaker doesn't he doesn't have an even hand in controlling the Parliament. And I have looked at previous speakers on both sides of the divide, and they are not that biased as the speaker is. I looked at Mrs. Anita George, I looked at Nizam Mohammed and speakers before, and this one, he descends into the debate as Wendell said, and that is not right. Another thing I noticed, because even the Prime Minister agreed with Padarat when she was making a speech at the Diwali Nagar or wherever it was, she said, and Mr. Padarat was right to say sit down. And these things are not right. I noticed nobody is talking about the situation that the Americans have put poor Grenada in. I am sorry for Mr. Mitchell, you know. He's found himself between a rock and a hard place. I only hope he doesn't accede to the wishes of America, because then he will become a proxy just like Trinidad and Tobago to the annexation of or the invasion of Venezuela. If Venezuela is invaded, Trinidad would be affected. The population here doesn't realize the seriousness of an invasion of Venezuela. And I hope to take stock of it, because anytime that happens, we are going to be affected, and this whole situation is going to backfire on the UN.
All right. Okay, no problem, caller. Thank you very much. You know, well, Grenada has the opportunity to say no to it. Everybody have the opportunity to either come or don't come.
I don't think they could say no.
It's that kind of thing. Wow. Miss Sampson, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Chelsea and Wendy.
How things in San Fernando this morning? How are things in San Fernando?
Nothing new. Chelsea, if I go to Tico, everything my hair will finish thin out. There's too much nonsense going on in San Fernando. Some Spanish moving on my street. I'll send a video for you to see the street like a dump. A tired complaint, apparently I alone living in San Fernando. San Fernando just turning a blind eye. The place in a hot mess. It stinks.
Go on, take a little walk and go and look for your mayor now. Go and look for your mayor, San Fernando. Go and pay the mayor a little visit. When was the last time you went and looked for the mayor?
What you said?
When was the last time you went and take a little walk and go and look for the mayor in San Fernando?
I went just the other day in there 2 years now. I only going and putting my name on a book, and he not even calling. He move all the chairs. Well, I haven't gone down there for about 7 days. Move all the chairs because people loitering. People sit down waiting for you. You move the chairs and them. I don't know what to say about this mayor, you know. I really don't. Since he sit in office, I'm trying to get to speak to that gentleman. You can't congressman and mayor. It's either you're congressman or you're mayor. Make a pick.
All right, Miss Sampson.
We're gonna get Mayor Pat. We're gonna get Mayor Pat.
In the parliament on Haiti. Remember how we talk about crow and you crow. Oh, good grief! This fellow don't have no respect. He don't know where he is. Apparently, sometimes when he's there, he feel by the rump shop. In some place, you can't be carrying on in that manner. I mean, these people, children, looking at this nonsense.
Yeah, well,
I just don't know. They need to get rid of, move him and shift. Kamala need to shift him on some place. Get somebody who know how to speak to people and handle their stories. But that guy,
who are we talking about, the mayor?
Yeah, she's talking about Mr. Parrott. Thanks very much, Miss Sampson.
Yeah, I don't know that Mrs. Pasad-Vicessa will do anything about Mr. Parrott. Just like how she's not doing anything about Dr. Lee, he still sits in the parliament as a minister who's been charged, arrested and charged before the court. He still sits in the party. He still sits in the cabinet. So let us ride. Just hope 5 years and 3 months go fast. And bear with it.
Mr. Billy, good morning.
Yes, blessed morning to the Breakfast Show on a very historic day in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to say that what occurred on Friday, totally unacceptable behavior. When we see what is happening in our schools and the behavior of the children, we have to set better examples as parliamentarians. And I was very, very disappointed. And I think that the Speaker of the House must take more control and don't let we dwell into that kind of behavior on Friday again. But never happening our parliament. And the only person should be telling somebody to sit down, I think it should be the speaker. That's my personal view. I don't think no other thing should tell somebody to sit down. I didn't like it at all. And the next thing is today is budget day. I think the government had to come good in terms of their promises, because if they don't, and it gives something to the population, because when people vote, the votes are government that will take care of them, take care of this, the needs and that kind of stuff. And we have people in this country who are living under the poverty line and all this kind of thing, and we need to look after them. Some of them is not able to see about themselves. So I am interested in at 1:30 to be in front of television, as most of you all I know will do. Wendell especially, you have a keen interest in this budget, so I will want to see the best for the country and moving forward. Thank you very much to Charles and Wendell and I and Richard Abubakar.
Yeah. Still running down forward.
Nice talking to you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I don't have a keen interest in this budget. I really don't care. I don't care what happens. Okay? I just hope that they bring some relief to plenty people. That they promise. The relief that they promise. Me, personally, I don't care. Alright? And somebody said something I agree with. Derek Billion says, that's the kind of people she likes around her. Look at Anil Roberts, David Naked, and Philip Alexander. And Derek Billion, I think you are absolutely right. The Prime Minister doesn't need these type of people. You know? She will do well without these troublemakers and rabble-rousers and haters and spreading up. If she replaces these people and replace them with there are some ministers now. You don't hear about them. Devesh Maharaj, Prakash Prasad. Let me name a few. Even Clyde Elder, who's a strong union man. You're not hearing any bacchanal and things surrounding these people. But you have a set of people you bring to the Senate, just causing a bacchanal day after day after day. For what? Bust the head.
Hold that thought right there, Wendell. Hold that thought right there. Yeah. Yes. Caller, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Mr. Stevens, I agree with you 100%. But this morning, I'd like to say thanks to the national football team for a good performance Friday. They give themselves a chance, open up the group, and so on. Let's hope that Dwight and the boys tomorrow in Curacao could get another victory, and that could even make things more interesting for the final two home games we have here against Jamaica and Bermuda. Also, this morning, West Indies looking like they're able to push the test match into day 5 tomorrow, where we had 2 players scoring centuries, and the team generally kept in there in the field for 2 days after they enforced the follow-on. So I think that is something positive. You know what I mean? I still think Sammy should go, but at least from 27 in Australia and all the flack they took from the results of the first test, the guys appeared to take to heart what Brian Lara was saying in India, and the presence of him and Richard appears to have done some good for the team. So good to them. I mean, they might still lose tomorrow, but at least we took our test match into a 50. And the first team to do that in that particular ground in a long time. The forlorn and forsaken West Indies team. So that is my take on it, gentlemen. Take care.
Okay. Thanks very much. People who really love West Indies.
I'll save it for after the news. Of course, our poll is up. 18 murders in the past week. Are you concerned? All right, that's our poll. Yes or no. 18 murders have occurred in the past week. Might be more. Are you concerned? Yes or no? All right, that's our poll this morning.
Right. So we are going for the news, and when we come back on the other side of the news, we will give you the results of the poll. So remember, while we are doing the news, vote yes or no first, and then any comments after that, right? And in the second hour also, we'll be talking to a gentleman by the name of Anderson Zoe, and he is contesting the TTUTA elections tomorrow. It's tomorrow. And he is contesting the position of the presidency as an independent. So we should be talking with him around 7:25 anyway in that area there. So look forward to that, right? All right. So we're coming back after the news.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Guile Caribbean. I'm Derek. Ahead of today's 2025 to 2026 national budget, business leaders across Trinidad and Tobago are calling for a stable economy, greater ease of doing business, and a stronger push toward diversification. Faizabad Chamber President Angie Jerem urged the government to balance fiscal prudence with growth, boost agriculture, manufacturing, and technology, and fix the ongoing foreign exchange shortages. She also called for simpler taxes, faster VAT refunds, and better support for small businesses. From the San Juan Business Association, Ibrahim Ali said, "Crime and unemployment must be tackled through full-day, productive work programs," and urged investment in agriculture, tourism, and export industries to ease forex pressures. Meanwhile, Chaguanas Chamber President Baldath Maharaj and Greater San Fernando Chamber Head Kiran Singh both want improved digitization, public sector reform, and real incentives for non-energy sectors to build long-term resilience. All agree the budget must restore confidence, stability, and growth in Trinidad and Tobago. Prime Minister Kamala Persad Bissessar has vowed to go to war for Trinidad and Tobago against crime, corruption, and neglect, using what she called the weapons of law, truth, courage, and conscience. Speaking at the Siparia Women's Association's 28th annual Diwali celebration, Persad Bissessar compared her 10 years in opposition to Lord Ram's exile, saying it was not retreat, but purpose. She said her government's return to office was like Ayodhya reborn, symbolizing the triumph of light over darkness. Promising to fight for the people, she declared, "I will go to war against corruption that steals from our children and crime that stalks our homes." The Prime Minister also praised the resilience of teachers, nurses, officers, and mothers, calling them the Hanumans of the nation, and thanked India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his support and partnership. She ended by reaffirming her devotion to service, saying, "You will never have a leader who loves you as deeply as I do." There's turbulence at Caribbean Airlines as 3 senior executives have resigned, just a week after CEO Garvin Madera stepped down. Those leaving are Chief Financial Officer Varuna Kwar Singh, Chief Commercial Officer Martin Aberly, and Corporate Secretary Nalini Lala, all long-serving or high-profile figures in the state-owned airline. Their exits follow last month's dismissal of Executive Manager of Finance, Kern Gardner, and come amid what insiders describe as growing chaos within CAL. The wave of resignations follows a warning from Prime Minister Kamala Persad Bissessar, who told the airline's leadership to sort out the mess within 2 years or face replacement. Nirmala Ramai, the airline's chief operating officer, is now acting as CEO as Caribbean Airlines faces mounting scrutiny over its finances and management stability. Police data show that Trinidad and Tobago's current state of emergency, SOE, in effect since July, has produced fewer arrests and firearm recoveries than the previous 73-day SOE held between December 30th, 2024 and April 13th, 2025. According to the TTPS, the current SOE has seen 5,828 operations and 2,589 arrests, compared to 5,192 operations and 4,038 arrests in the earlier period. Police said the focus this time was different, shifting from suppressing gang violence to disrupting criminal networks linked to prisons. DCP Junior Benjamin noted that many offenders had fled or changed tactics after the first SOE, resulting in fewer firearm recoveries but fewer murders overall. So far this year, there have been 201 fewer homicides than the same period last year. 291 compared to 492. Criminologist Dr. Randy Seepersad observed that the first SOE produced higher daily arrest and recovery rates, but said this could be because many priority offenders are still incarcerated. The current SOE is due to end later this month, unless Parliament votes to extend it. One day after gunmen stormed their Madeline home, killing 48-year-old Gracelyn Rambaran and her son Randy Rampersad, 58-year-old Vijay Rampersad remains in critical condition at the San Fernando General Hospital. Police said the attack happened just after 2 a.m. Friday when the suspects forced open the front door and opened fire. Gracelyn died on the spot, and her husband was shot in the head while trying to fight back with a cutlass. Randy and his wife, Kimberly Suku Rampersad, ran outside, but both were shot, Randy fatally. Kimberly survived and remains hospitalized in stable condition. Investigators believe Randy was the intended target, as he was recently involved in a drug-related dispute. Relatives say he had turned his life around, working in tiling and agriculture. Police recovered 12 spent shells and a cutlass from the scene. Homicide officers are continuing investigations. TTUTA presidential candidate Anderson Zoe says the union needs a paradigm shift to give teachers a stronger voice in decision-making. Zoe, a physical education teacher at Matalot Community School, said if elected, he will hold town hall-style meetings in every education district so teachers can share their concerns and ideas, both publicly and privately. Running as an independent, Zoe said his campaign focuses on rebuilding trust in TTUTA and tackling issues beyond salaries, such as promotions, allowances, and insurance. He also called for a collaborative approach between the union and the Ministry of Education to address school violence, saying the union must be consulted on such major decisions. Zoe urged teachers to vote in the October 14th TTUTA elections, saying, "Bring about the change you want to see." Internationally, China has accused the United States of double standards after Donald Trump threatened to impose a 100% tariff on Chinese goods. Beijing's Commerce Ministry said it was not afraid of a trade war and could introduce its own countermeasures if the U.S. follows through. The move came after China tightened export rules on rare earth materials, key to high-tech manufacturing. Trump responded by calling China hostile and even hinted he might cancel his upcoming meeting with President Xi Jinping. Trump later struck a softer tone online, saying both nations wanted to avoid economic depression. The exchange rattled global markets, reigniting fears of a renewed U.S.-China trade war, with China insisting that tariffs are not the right way to engage. And that's news at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Join me, Brother David Muhammad, every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio, Powerful Radio. Join me to hear knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Morning vibes, fresh energy. This is the Net Radio Breakfast Show.
I like that Christmas music. Give me that Christmas music. Play it, just play it for me. Play it for me. I like that Christmas music. Give me that Christmas music. Play it, just play it for me. Play it for me. Christmas music take over. Vibrations go to my head. Turn the radio volume up louder. Lord, but if you change that station, you're dead, 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 dead. I want to hear them banderos. Want to hear them on the radio. Want to hear an Aguinaldo. Mandolin and plenty quattro. Christmas much I like it. Feel the sweetness, feel it. Christmas music, you know how much I like it. Feel the sweetness, feel it. I like the Christmas music. Give me that Christmas music. Play it, just play it for me. Play it for me. I like the Christmas music. Give me that Christmas music. Play it, just play it for me. Play it for me. Inside me, a sweetness from head to toe, make me want to dance with somebody. Lord, don't stop this jam. I say no, 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 no. I want to hear them banderos, want to hear them on the radio, want to hear an Aguinaldo, mandolin and plenty quattro. Christmas music, you know how much I like it. Feel the sweetness, feel it. Christmas music, you know how much I like it. Feel the sweetness, feel it. I like the Christmas music. Give me that Christmas music. Play it, just play it for me. Play it for me. I like the Christmas music. Give me that Christmas music. Play it, just play it. With the best for me. I like that Christmas music. I like that Christmas music.
Yeah, I love that Christmas music too. You started to feel it, you started to hear it a little more and more. Possibly on the net. I love that Christmas music. Hey everybody, good morning to you once again. Welcome inside the second hour. Remember, you're listening to New Era TT Radio. We're also on Gael Caribbean TV. So good morning to our Gael family. Remember, people, when the TV streams end, you can get us all day on newerattradio.com. New Era TT Radio, put it in your browser. Of course, you'll be able to get us on TuneIn on all of your Google devices. Programming note for you, just to let you know that the budget presentation is scheduled to come at 1:30 this afternoon, and we will be bringing that entire budget presentation to you. All right, so we'll talk 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, bringing that budget presentation to you here on the net. All right. So continue to vote on the poll. 18 murders in the last week. Are you concerned? Yes or no first? And then put in any comments after, right? But yes or no first, all right? And on the other side of the break, we expect also to have our Let's Talk feature. We're talking with somebody from TTUTA to get ready for their elections tomorrow. So stay connected and we will be back shortly.
Charm Flair Auto Services. Charm Flair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop. Located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Charm Flair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Davanti tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Charm Flair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Charm Flair. We do it all.
Pay $1 down on hire purchase plans at Furniture Plus. Enjoy fast approval, low interest rates, and up to 36 months financing. Retirees, self-employed, and permanent employees apply today. Buy now, pay later with Furniture Plus credit plans. Conditions apply.
S&H Rum Box, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rum Box, drinking out of the box.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
Okay, we are back from our 7 o'clock news break. Derek going on a long stint, boy, Sir Charles, I call it. Oh, that's, you want to try something against Amanda or something? What's going on?
Amanda has gone back to her classes and her university studies. Now, when she gets another break again, we will have her, because
Amanda, leave this place and you tell me nothing.
Well, you had to talk to Amanda manager,
Who's that, Corey?
No, the Falcock man.
Slick on the wicked?
No, not that man.
Falcock is Amanda's manager?
Yes, it's Falcock that managing Amanda and does.
Bomber card is this.
Yes, you understand? So it's not up to any of us that we keep Amanda right here.
Okay, well, we gotta talk to the Falcock tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. Of course, our poll this morning is 18 murders in the past week. Are you concerned? While the murder rate is considerably less this year comparatively, largely because of 2 states of emergencies. We've been in states of emergency for 6 months of the 9 months, if I'm not mistaken. 6 of the 9 months. PNM had it for us 3 months, and this UNT government also having it for 3 months. So 6 of the 9 months that got gone by, we've been in a state of emergency, but yet still we have had these murders happening for reasons we do not know. So that's our poll this morning. Are you concerned? And let me see where I can start taking from. Colton, Alice, okay, let's go back up. Anthony Miguel, who is consistently number one and voting on our polls, he says yes. You ready to write to that?
Yeah, write in. Go ahead.
Anthony Miguel, yes. Beauty culture, yes. Alistair Hart, yes. Eva Smith, okay, Eva Smith didn't vote there. Florence Bazi also did not vote there. Lester Cragwell, despite his murders as a result of the SOE being used as head of the sphere, he didn't vote Lester. Colton Finch, yes. Derek Billwin, no, ma'am. Okay, that's not a vote. Michael Oliver, yes. Marjorie, Marjorie, take a side, girl. That's all right. Cheryl Henry, Ava, why don't you people vote?
Yeah, commenting.
GH didn't vote. Ava Smith, yes. Derek Billwin didn't vote here. Florence Bazi, yes to the poll. Diane Payne, yes. Rena Jennings, yes. Joyce Phillip, yes. And Derek Billwin, I'm agreeing with you that the only minister who seems to really get his work done without fanfare is Minister Trade. Lester Cragwell said, I wouldn't even vote for. I fed up. CJ from New York says yes. Marjorie didn't vote again. Marjorie, somebody changed the name, get very chatty today. Eunice Dublin, yes. Joseph Clement, yes. Boy Videsi, yes. David McCarthy, yes. Josie Richardson, yes. Sankofa say no. Diane Payne didn't vote. Brennan Smith, yes. Cheryl Henry, yes. Slick Money Grip, yes. Magic, yes. Valerie Mendoza, yes. Far Rockaway, yes. Carol Guevara, yes. Yes, Colton Finch. Marjorie, somebody who changed the name. That's another insultive person. That's all. Don't take it on. Diana Hamill, yes. GH, yes. Ingrid from Tucson says yes. DL, yes. Ava Smith didn't vote. Valerie Mendoza here didn't vote. Valerie Mendoza, okay.
Miss Mendoza, you're not voting either side.
Shirma Paul, yes. Marlon Motley, yes. James Kamau, yes. Crystal Stevenson, yes. Wayne Joseph, yes. Stella Services, yes. Apollina's, yes. Derek Billwin, no. Alistair Hart, Wendell on April 20th, the murder toll was 72. Okay. Anand says yes. Melchizedek, yes. Marcia Rock, yes. Ann Noel, yes. Kurt Hope, yes. Debbie Mitchell, yes. Ron DeSantis Jr. says yes. And that's it. All right?
And that's it?
That's it for me here.
All right. So let me get to the WhatsApp and see what we have here. Making a little adjustment with my microphone. Right. So Brenda in Pinal says yes. Judith in Tobago says yes. Valerie did not vote. Junior says yes. Zena says yes. Raymond says yes. Captain Ron says yes. Terry Ann Peter says yes. Miss Sampson says yes. Long Islander says yes. And Kurt Edwards says yes. All right. So any others on your side?
No, that's it.
All right. So we have 52 persons voting on the poll this morning. 5-2. And 50 of you said yes, and 2 of you said no. Yeah. That was easy maths today.
Yeah.
No confusion with that one today. All right. So yeah, that was it. All right. So that
a lot of family was nearly decimated for reasons we do not know. You know what I mean?
Well, we have an idea. Yeah, the police said the apparently they went for the son, who was involved in some stuff. And let me tell you something, people. I personally, a long while ago, I tell my sons and them, anytime you see you get yourself involved in any kind of stuff on there, well, they ain't coming wrong me, you know. Don't come and even look for me, you know. Yeah.
Because even that. Forget
don't come by me. Don't come and say you're looking for me, and because some of these children put in their whole family in danger because of some of the things that they either was involved in. It's like Hotel California, and you can't leave some of these things that only feel only getting involved in, and then after a time you feel you go arrested on after you make a certain amount of money or what. If they're working, so you know. Yeah.
Nope, doesn't work like that. And that's when these guys come for you, is whoever else they're getting killed.
Yeah. If you want to be involved in illegal activity and all different kinds of stuff and things, you stay outside there. I'm not supporting that. I will talk with you. I will try to get help, counseling, whatever it is. But if you want to continue along that road, don't come wrong. Don't come wrong. Sorry to say. People might say it heartless, but I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not putting myself and the rest of the family in danger for no one child.
Yep. All right. Do we have the guest on yet?
Actually, no, the guest is not in as yet, so I'm waiting to see.
So let's take some calls now from our listeners. I did send you the video though of the incident in the parliament. I did send it in the chat.
In the
Sir
chat?
Charles.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I wasn't able to check it. Sorry about
Yeah.
it.
If you could
Yeah.
check it, and we could play it. This might be the shortened version, I'm not sure. But nevertheless, it will give a sense of what happened in the parliament for people who don't know what we are speaking about. There was a clash in the parliament on Friday between Kareem Marcel, Member of Parliament for Laventille West, and Barry Padarat, who is the Minister of Public Utilities and who's the leader of government business in the House. So he stood up as leader of government business. And it all went downhill after that. All went downhill after that.
All right. Well, while we wait, I guess we have some people calling, so let's take your calls. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dabney.
Good morning. And
morning.
So, you know, when your parents long ago tell you, when they getting on misbehaving and so on, you're not brought up. See, that is exactly with Barry Padarat. No brought up. And not only in this incident, you know, he behaves like that throughout the parliament when they were in opposition. And guess what? You know, I will not be watching our budget because I don't see how it will be punctuated. Instead of come on our first up, it will be beaten of the desk. And Barry Padarat leads that. I have seen Parliament many times since they came into power. And nothing to beat the desk for, but he will start to drum up and then all the clowns will follow after that.
But Dabney, that's a normal behavior in the Parliament, and that is a normal thing around budget.
But okay, let the point be made, right? But when they want to shut down something, even in opposition, they were doing it, you know.
That's what
when they
I'm
want to
saying.
shut down a point of view, they start to beat the desk. And I know today's budget will be punctuated by that, and then punctuated by every paragraph will have the PNM broad economy down to his knees, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to listen. Actually, I never really listened to budget because I know 4 hours to waste. I have a lot of things to do. So, Barry Padarat, Barry Padarat has no brought up C. And you see, I listened on radio news to Mr. Kareem. He is very passionate when he speaks. And then if someone is passionate about something, your voice tends to raise. So it's not that he was getting on. Barry Padarat, you have no right to tell them to sit down. You are not the speaker. And then coming to the speaker now, he just sit down, his head going left, his head going right, left, right. Like this is a clown show, you know, because everything is about jokes. So me, I don't have no time. I just want to hear what any highlights of the budget. That is what I'm going to listen to in the news and nothing else. Have a good day, you're listening. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.
All right, take care.
Okay, Dabney? Yeah. I'm trying to get it up and running for you. Yeah, it's while we wait, and I guess we taking your calls. I don't know where our guest is this morning. Good morning to your caller. We taking your calls. I don't know where our guest is this morning. Caller, good morning. Good morning to your caller.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Norfolk, Virginia.
Virginia.
Hey, so Charles, you just said something there that kind of hit close to home for me, and I kind of, maybe you could have it as a poll question in a future show, where you said that if one of your sons or one of your children get themselves consciously on the wrong side of the law, don't come looking for you. And I guess it's a challenge many parents face, and I can even say from on my side too. I have seen where parents allow themselves, especially mothers. Now, I haven't given birth to a child, and I'm sure you two guys haven't either. So maybe it's different with mothers, but especially mothers, they allow themselves to get into what I call emotional blackmail, in the sense that, well, it's my daughter, it's my son, so yeah, support them. But if you are doing that to the extent of endangering the rest of the family, then I think all bets are off there. And that's my opinion, and I share that with Sir Charles. And as I said, it's an interesting topic you brought up, because I kind of indirectly experienced that within my own immediate family, and it's a good point you brought up. That's what I basically want to say, and it may be worth discussion, I call it emotional blackmail, and some children of as grown adults I'm talking about, really take advantage of that on their parents, especially with mothers. Anyway, but I'm locked on and listening, and thanks again for the opportunity. You guys have a great week, okay? And Parliament, man, use your ways, man, as far as I'm concerned. And if this current PNM leadership, UNC leadership wins, nobody wins. Nobody wins except their sycophants and main cheerleaders of both sides. When will we wake up and realize that better answers, better solutions, and better individuals to represent us don't have to come from just the PNM and the UNC? Anyway, take care, guys. Have a good day.
All right.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Maybe we could probably keep it for a morning poll one day, Wendell.
What's that?
The same situation. If your child gets in trouble, if you'd allow them to stay in your house.
If you'd intervene? Well, I mean, child, we're talking about under 18 or child 18 and over?
Under 18 and over, young adult, whatever is the case. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if this thing working. I'm trying something here right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hearing it.
I'm not seeing movement out here.
Yeah, hold on.
Persecution from members opposite when they point at
Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Speaker, 48, sit down. It's your nonsense. Mr. Speaker. Okay. Leader of government business. Okay. Enough.
Mr. Speaker, that hooliganism will not be accepted.
Of political persecution from members opposite when they point at
Mr. Speaker, 48.
Yeah.
Now that's where Karim was referring to the contribution of the Attorney General when he pointed at members of the opposition and said, "I will come for you and I will come for you." Karim was introducing that as part of his debate. Nothing wrong with that, because he wasn't introducing something that didn't happen, that actually happened, where the Attorney General stood up on the other side and said, "I'm coming for you and I will come for you." That happened. So Karim was just repeating that. Now, the opposition, the government, through the leader of government business, took offense to that and stood up on a point of order and telling Karim Marcel to sit down, and you're talking nonsense. I don't know if that's parliamentary. I don't even know if the word hooliganism. He said this is hooliganism. That's the leader of government business. Is that parliamentary language? I don't know. I stand corrected.
The parliament is a circus.
It's a circus.
Apparently. Yeah.
It's a circus.
Somebody
tell, because I don't know that Karim Marcel has a history of being remonstrated or being disciplined in the House of Parliament. He's only now born in India, so he has no history of that. Okay. Barry Parrott, on the other hand, there's been a history since opposition days. He needs to just take it down. He has to understand now that he's no longer in opposition. He's a government minister, a senior one at that, and he's the leader of government business in the house. He has to take it down.
All right, so I just made I was checking my voice note with our guest. Apparently, he was on a 7 o'clock flight to Tobago, and he said as soon as, because the flight apparently ran kind of late, so he said as soon as he touches down, and he will get in contact with us. All right. So in the meantime, we continue to take your calls. Let's hope that he gets in before 8 o'clock. All right. Caller, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. Am I getting any fireworks for Christmas, for New Year's?
What fireworks you want?
You want?
We didn't get any for independence. We normally just get for all year. So I want to know what will be the excuse now.
No, government don't really do nothing for all years. They don't have no. We have our fireworks.
Yes, we just get fireworks. San Fernando. Yes, I live behind San Fernando Hill. We get fireworks for all year's night.
People just burst and send up their own fireworks. It's not the government.
No, the government fireworks that we normally get. San Fernando Hill get fireworks on Independence and New Year, all year's night, bringing in the New Year. We did not get any for Independence, so I'm just wondering if we will be getting any and what would be the excuse.
All right, okay. Miss Sampson, well, I wish you all the best. Yeah, because I'm not aware that the government has spent money for fireworks for all years. I know everybody just go and buy the fireworks, and when 12 o'clock, all over the place have things happening. The government don't need to spend any money at that point in time. Anyhow, well, our guest is here, so let's see if we can get into our Let's Talk segment.
Sure.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right.
Anderson Zoe. Good morning, sir.
Hello, special good morning to you. I hope you're hearing me.
Yeah, we're hearing you live and clear.
Good morning to you and your listeners and the rest of Trinidad and Tobago.
All right. Our understanding is that you are contesting the post of President of TTUTA. And is it that you're contesting alone, Mr. Zoe?
Yes, at this time I'm an independent candidate seeking the office of Presidential Union.
All right. Is this your first attempt at getting the presidency?
This is my first attempt of challenging for executive office at the national level of TTUTA. I've previously just been a staff rep at my school.
Okay. And so what prompted you to go for presidency this time?
Basically two issues. A number of colleagues, knowing my background and my level of advocacy for change and my strong leadership qualities that I possess in working with groups and organizations, and also the cry of many teachers who themselves are asking for some change at the union level.
So what makes you think that, because you will naturally, if you win, you will have to work with the people who would have won from the other slates? How is that to work out? Because they will already have their own philosophy.
Yeah. There's different ways to look at this point in time. Firstly, all members who have offered themselves up for service should be there with the mindset that we are there to serve the educators of this country. It's not about being a part of a special team arrangement. That may be the best opportunity if that happens that way. However, each individual offering themselves the service is not service to a grouping of people. It's a service to the union, where that service itself would extend itself to the general population of teachers. So that argument in that regard to me is null and void. We are there for service. And further, I am a team player. It doesn't matter which team you put me on, I am willing to serve. When I signed up to become a teacher some 24 years ago, I had no special arrangement for any team. And I work well with my colleagues and at the present school that I am.
So I mean, what is your vision for TTUTA as a president?
I think first and foremost is giving back the educators of this country control of the union. For far too long, the philosophy and the agenda has always been set. In recent time, I should say, recent time has been set by the executive. I think you need a little more input or greater input from the teaching fraternity as to what their issues are. Because being on the campaign trail, you realize that there are a lot of issues that some of which are not being tackled with by the executive as relates to the teachers themselves. So the whole aim of this is to set an agenda with teachers going forward as to how the union directive should take shape.
All right. So what have you reached out to anybody else on the other teams in terms of your candidacy and how it will work together after the elections?
We never had that those kind of formal discussion. However, I did meet with a couple of persons and pledge my full support regardless of the results of the election. And I really do look forward to working with them as their president. And I made that abundantly clear. So to work with anyone who has been so elected by the educators, I am willing and ready to work. I will hit the date from the very next day after the election.
Mr. Zoe, the history of TTUTA and their elections, have there ever been an independent that has gone up and has been able to break through the ice in anyone, whether of the positions, whether it be president or any other?
Yeah, Mr. Lindsay Duda was the last person I could recall. Yeah, and he was successful at it. But I think it's the philosophy that you bring. I think it's that the approach that you take. What I gather from the ground is that persons are willing to accept a conversation with an independent candidate at this level, and when they have such a discussion with you, they realize that there's more to the individual than the teams. So in choosing a president at this time, I think persons are looking at the individuals and what the individual can bring to the team that will lead the union. And I think that is important at this time.
What are the most pressing issues that teachers are facing right now that you feel as the president that you will be able to make short-term, medium, long-term changes?
I think first and foremost, the whole notion of the insurance coverage, that has been one of the most pressing issues as we go around the country. Currently, the arrangement for the insurance is that you make your payments at the vendor, and then you have to put out a claim form through the Unimed arrangement. I am proposing, along with teachers, that this discount be given upfront, so there's no claiming of no full reimbursement. So the officer goes, swipe your card or present your card as your identification, and you just pay the balance to the vendor. In that way, teachers are able to keep a little more money in their pocket. Also, looking at opportunities for the housing market, I'm proposing that the housing stock be allocated for teachers in a preferential arrangement, right? Also, that some preferential treatment be given at the mortgage companies and financial institutions, because a lot of teachers are not homeowners, and this is a pressing issue. And I think some of those issues are mixed up in the whole short, medium-term arrangement. But I think most pressing at this time, upgrades and outstanding arrears and appointment of officers. Those are some of the critical issues that need to get done ASAP.
Well, today we have a budget presentation. What will be some of the things that teachers, tutor will be looking out for that you all are hoping may come your way as far as this budget is concerned?
Well, I can't speak on behalf of tutor. I'm not there yet, but as an educator, I think greater allocation in terms of the extra spending to the education system, where more resources could be purchased for teacher fraternity. And also, when you look at the average salaries combined through the Ministry of Education, there's a lot more money in the system for education than meets the salaries. So there should be something in there, and I'm hoping that the back pay is settled as soon as possible, right? But I think there should be more opportunities for growth within the financial arrangement for teachers. So one of the things that we're going to look at The budget may not have it, but it's something where you could see allowances being given to teachers for various educational achievement. But for now, I'm hoping that at least we could tick all the boxes that the Ministry of Education had outlined with the last settlement of negotiations for teachers. So at least give us our 5%, and we take it from there.
Okay.
Sorry,
I would like to find out though, as far as the elections is concerned, are you satisfied with the way the TTUTA elections have been run over the years? It's not one of the things that I hear much noise about, as far as fairness and if it was run in a particular way, but the confidence in the system that is there. How do you feel about that?
Well, as you rightfully said, the TTUTA is one where teachers themselves, we hold ourselves to a very high standard. And you don't really get the type of campaigning negativity associated with more political arrangements, even in other trade union. However, there's always cause of concern. So there are persons within my support network who are strategically placed to keep an eye open just for irregularities and that type of thing. But so far, I have no major issues to raise, except for how the count go at the end of the day.
Well, all the best. So one thing, what would have encouraged you mainly to go up as president of TTUTA, knowing fully well that you don't have the backing of a slate, or that you are not known? It's not like you were previously part of an executive or anything like that. What would have prompted you?
Teachers, fellow teachers who would have come out and say there is time for change at the union, and again recognizing what my background was all about and what I'm into. I'm a big advocate at the NGO level, so there is NGO involvement on my part. So persons recognize the successes that we have had at those levels with our organizations, and that could be put across into the teachers arrangement. However, I am passionate about change. So given the current landscape of the union and the individuals that represent us at the union level, that was one of the driving forces that brought me out to be a part of this.
Mr. Zoe, one of the biggest blots on the that was PS. Sorry, my bad. I was going and tackle the wrong union with you. Yeah. All right.
But aside from that, the elections is on tomorrow. Besides teachers and their problems, you all are facing a challenge where in discipline in school with students and how they are treating with teachers and everything that is going on. As a new TTUTA president, how are you going to be able to treat with some of those outstanding things? Is there anything that you feel that is not being done that you could bring to that table to help solve or to treat with that problem?
Well, let's deal with a recent one. What are your views on the armed police officers in schools?
Yeah. So I was going to tackle it from that perspective. Discipline and indiscipline at the school level has always been a topic of discussion, right? Many teachers, right, including myself, would have had to participate in training, how to treat with conflict and conflict resolution and those type of things. So those things should be ongoing in order to treat with the issue of discipline and indiscipline. Plenty of the indiscipline measures at times could arise from poor classroom management skills. So it is important that educators, through workshops and professional development campaigns, get these continuous and upgrading programs to train them and retrain them in classroom management and that type of thing. With regards to the recent deployment of police officers in the schools, of course there was some backlash with it from my perspective as why officers should be there. But you realize at the time that we are in, there need to be some level of reduction in how children are allowed to behave on the school compound. And I think that more dialogue should be had with the Ministry of Education, with the union. I think that is imperative that these discussions not only continue, but when they are thought of, they should be in conjunction with the union in order to have a teacher's perspective on how to implement and strategize going forward. But having the officers there, I've been around the schools, I've seen the officers on the compound. I've not personally encountered any activity, but based on what I've been told and what I've seen, you realize that they are serving a purpose. And I just hope that on the government side of things, the officers themselves are trained to treat with children, because at the end of the day, these are children, they are not adults.
Okay. So true. As far as we always hear about the curriculum and changing of the curriculum. Do you think that that is needed, and has there been enough advocacy from TTUTA in the past where that is concerned?
Well, of course. Sorry about that. Somebody calling there. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello?
Yeah, we're hearing you. We're hearing you.
Curriculum, we must understand and appreciate what it is. The delivery of learning tools and learning resources in particular activity designed to bring a certain outcome, right? But times are changing. We must recognize that times are changing. So curriculum delivery and design must be adapted to our circumstances, right? Again, it must be in conjunction and in partnership with teachers. In order for that to happen, the union must be at the table of discussion. We cannot be having these policies that to be designed and implemented thrown upon teachers. Teachers should always be the one to partner with in order to do these things. How we term it in the bottom-up approach. We are on the ground, we are in the classrooms. We are the one who know what is happening in the schools. We are the one with the raw data, right? And we should be always at the forefront of the discussion in designing and implementing curriculum activities. Because you could go further, eh? I'm from Matlock, born and bred. And if I look back at the especially primary school level, many of the instruction material that I would have engaged with as a youngster was never designed for the Toco area. We always look at outside. So in any one storybook, you may hear about Toco as a field trip arrangement. So therefore, persons in my area, when educated, they're always educated to leave. So there's always that level of migration from rural communities. So we need to have the curriculum in such a way that when persons choose to stay, they benefit from the educational arrangement. It helps them in making their community better and maybe even self-sufficient.
I want to ask you a question. If you were to be successful as the president tomorrow, going forward, and while we talk about all the good things that we want to change, there are some teachers in the system who are not giving it their all, they're not doing their best. We have some delinquent teachers. How do you propose to treat with that situation?
Sadly, the data don't lie. Data don't lie. And those delinquent teachers, there's a reporting mechanism that is in place through their immediate supervisor, which is the principal or vice principal, as the case may be. And if the data, so just for instance, teachers who are often absent from school, late, who don't really produce good work, those things are documented, and that operates on an individual basis. Now, sometimes these officers can be brought back into the system with training and retraining. But if the officer at that time is beyond in terms of not producing the type of work that is needed, there are administrative procedures to which the principal would take steps. For me, as an individual at TTUTA, I would advise that some retraining of the officer be done. But it is difficult. It is difficult to accept persons in the job that are literally not living up to the full potential. So if it comes down to that, and this has nothing to do with nothing being illegal. Illegality is something totally different. So if you are not up to scratch with the job, I think some level of training and retraining should be offered, and the officer be reassigned, or the Ministry of Education, on this case, would have to take responsibility. It no longer will be a TTUTA matter.
Okay. We are just winding up. We just have about a minute or two. So tomorrow you are contesting the post of president as an independent. Teachers who are listening to you here or will be able to go back to our broadcast and hear what you said. Make your pitch to them now.
My fellow teachers and educators of Trinidad and Tobago, as your president, what I would like to say to you is that we need to give teachers back their union. It is important that we understand that some town hall meetings, I'm proposing town hall meetings after the election in every district, where you could come out and give your issues, give your ideas, make recommendations, because sometimes we misunderstand or not turn a proper eye towards the fact that teachers within themselves have the answers and the type of drive to get this stuff done that we've been begging for. So I'm hoping that you could come out and support. We'll have a nice health and wellness day in each district. Teachers, you come out, give your issues, we can catalog those issues and give ourselves a manifesto, a memorandum, so to speak, where we as teachers will give the union the authority on which particular issues are all issues collectively to take forward on our behalf. But let's work together. Let's get the union back in the hands of the teachers. I think that is important.
All right. Well, all the best tomorrow, Anderson Zoe. You say, where do you teach? You teach about Matlat yourself?
Matlat Community College.
Matlat Community College. Okay, all right. All the best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the time.
Thank you so much.
You've been a most articulate contestant.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate that. I try my best.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, Anderson Zoe.
Yes, very articulate. I like when people speak with assurances and speak fluently like that. You know. So all the best to Anderson Zoe. Tomorrow is the elections for TTUTA. We know for sure that Rebirth has a team. Martin Lumpkin, I don't know what the name of their team is. And of course, Mr. Zoe as an independent. We haven't seen a list of the combatants as yet for the TTUTA elections tomorrow. It may come out in tomorrow's papers. But I take it the teachers will be busy tomorrow voting in a new executive. Prior to that, we had, who was that? Was a fiery lady named? The lady who Martin Lumpkin replaced. You remember her? She was very anti-plenty. I remember her. I remember seeing her and listening to her, and I said, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
I could swear she would have been a candidate in the last election, but she wasn't.
Yeah, but TTUTA is one of the unions that's changed the president.
Yeah, but she lasted a little while, you know. Yeah. She lasted a little while. Zina Ramatali still in the mix somewhere. I think she's NPTA.
Yeah, she's I think she's still there. She's vice president though.
Yeah, because
we thought she was president for life, but she's vice president.
We get access to her a lot, you know. What was the lady name, boy, who replaced Zina? And she was just before Martin Lumpkin. Her name is not coming to me. But she was, as I said, I swear she would have been a candidate in our general elections, but she wasn't. Anyway,
very best. But tomorrow is that day. I think it's a normal school day, like every day. I don't think it disrupts the school system as like other things, you know.
Yeah.
So only go out and vote. All the candidates are outside there, and we brought a couple of them to you here on the net. Yeah, so if you didn't know before, now you know teachers. They'll probably be now looking to get into class. Make sure they sign all your book.
Go and vote. All right. So we have news, and then when we come back, we'll say our goodbyes.
The news you need. The clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on New Era TT Radio and Guile Caribbean. I'm Derek. Ahead of today's 2025 to 2026 national budget, business leaders across Trinidad and Tobago are calling for a stable economy, greater ease of doing business, and a stronger push toward diversification. Faizabad Chamber President Angie Jerem urged the government to balance fiscal prudence with growth, boost agriculture, manufacturing, and technology, and fix the ongoing foreign exchange shortages. She also called for simpler taxes, faster VAT refunds, and better support for small businesses. From the San Juan Business Association, Ibrahim Ali said, "Crime and unemployment must be tackled through full-day, productive work programs," and urged investment in agriculture, tourism, and export industries to ease forex pressures. Meanwhile, Chaguanas Chamber President Baldath Maharaj and Greater San Fernando Chamber Head Kiran Singh both want improved digitization, public sector reform, and real incentives for non-energy sectors to build long-term resilience. All agree the budget must restore confidence, stability, and growth in Trinidad and Tobago. Prime Minister Kamala Persad Bissessar has vowed to go to war for Trinidad and Tobago against crime, corruption, and neglect, using what she called the weapons of law, truth, courage, and conscience. Speaking at the Siparia Women's Association's 28th annual Diwali celebration, Persad Bissessar compared her 10 years in opposition to Lord Ram's exile, saying it was not retreat, but purpose. She said her government's return to office was like Ayodhya reborn, symbolizing the triumph of light over darkness. Promising to fight for the people, she declared, "I will go to war against corruption that steals from our children and crime that stalks our homes." The Prime Minister also praised the resilience of teachers, nurses, officers, and mothers, calling them the Hanumans of the nation, and thanked India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his support and partnership. She ended by reaffirming her devotion to service, saying, "You will never have a leader who loves you as deeply as I do." There's turbulence at Caribbean Airlines as 3 senior executives have resigned, just a week after CEO Garvin Madera stepped down. Those leaving are Chief Financial Officer Varuna Kwar Singh, Chief Commercial Officer Martin Aberley, and Corporate Secretary Nalini Lala, all long-serving or high-profile figures in the state-owned airline. Their exits follow last month's dismissal of Executive Manager of Finance, Kern Gardner, and come amid what insiders describe as growing chaos within CAL. The wave of resignations follows a warning from Prime Minister Kamala Persad Bissessar, who told the airline's leadership to sort out the mess within 2 years or face replacement. Nirmala Ramai, the airline's chief operating officer, is now acting as CEO as Caribbean Airlines faces mounting scrutiny over its finances and management stability. Police data show that Trinidad and Tobago's current state of emergency, SOE, in effect since July, has produced fewer arrests and firearm recoveries than the previous 73-day SOE held between December 30th, 2024 and April 13th, 2025. According to the TTPS, the current SOE has seen 5,828 operations and 2,589 arrests, compared to 5,192 operations and 4,038 arrests in the earlier period. Police said the focus this time was different, shifting from suppressing gang violence to disrupting criminal networks linked to prisons. DCP Junior Benjamin noted that many offenders had fled or changed tactics after the first SOE, resulting in fewer firearm recoveries but fewer murders overall. So far this year, there have been 201 fewer homicides than the same period last year, 291 compared to 492. Criminologist Dr. San Randy Seepersad observed that the first SOE produced higher daily arrest and recovery rates, but said this could be because many priority offenders are still incarcerated. The current SOE is due to end later this month, unless Parliament votes to extend it. One day after gunmen stormed their Steve Madeline home, killing 48-year-old Gracelyn Rambaran and her son Randy Rampersad, 58-year-old Vijay Rampersad remains in critical condition at the San Fernando General Hospital. Police said the attack happened just after 2 a.m. Friday when the suspects forced open the front door and opened fire. Gracelyn died on the spot, and her husband was shot in the head while trying to fight back with a cutlass. Randy and his wife, Kimberly Suku Rampersad, ran outside, but both were shot, Randy fatally. Kimberly survived and remains hospitalized in stable condition. Investigators believe Randy was the intended target, as he was recently involved in a drug-related dispute. Relatives say he had turned his life around, working in tiling and agriculture. Police recovered 12 spent shells and a cutlass from the scene. Homicide officers are continuing investigations. TTUTA presidential candidate Anderson Zoe says the union needs a paradigm shift to give teachers a stronger voice in decision-making. Zoe, a physical education teacher at Matalot Community School, said if elected, he will hold town hall-style meetings in every education district so teachers can share their concerns and ideas, both publicly and privately. Running as an independent, Zoe said his campaign focuses on rebuilding trust in TTUTA and tackling issues beyond salaries, such as promotions, allowances, and insurance. He also called for a collaborative approach between the union and the Ministry of Education to address school violence, saying the union must be consulted on such major decisions. Zoe urged teachers to vote in the October 14th TTUTA elections, saying, "Bring about the change you want to see." Internationally, China has accused the United States of double standards after Donald Trump threatened to impose a 100% tariff on Chinese goods. Beijing's Commerce Ministry said it was not afraid of a trade war and could introduce its own countermeasures if the U.S. follows through. The move came after China tightened export rules on rare earth materials, key to high-tech manufacturing. Trump responded by calling China hostile and even hinted he might cancel his upcoming meeting with President Xi Jinping. Trump later struck a softer tone online, saying both nations wanted to avoid economic depression. The exchange rattled global markets, reigniting fears of a renewed U.S.-China trade war, with China insisting that tariffs are not the right way to engage. And that's news at this time.
That was news now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Don't miss Furniture Plus Inventory Blowout Sale. Get up to 65% off in-store and online. Enjoy massive savings on furniture, appliances, and more. Hurry, this deal won't last. Shop now and save big at Furniture Plus.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
Charm Flair Auto Services Limited, your one-stop auto repair shop, located at number 1 Industrial Lane, Charm Flair, right opposite the brewery on the Eastern Main Road. Yes, we do it all. Repairs to all makes and models, from your everyday sedan to SUVs, light trucks, pickups, and panel vans. We're also the sole distributors of Davanti tires, certified VTS inspection station, plus a wide range of services: oil change, front end and suspension repairs, tune-ups, tire alignment, batteries, electrical work, radiator and cooling system, AC repairs, and accessories galore. We offer pickup and drop-off service too. Call us today at 662-6545 or 662-6572. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Charm Flair Auto Services Limited, number 1 Industrial Lane, Charm Flair. We do it all.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
this is where we say our goodbyes. This Monday went by fast. This October month is going by fast. We're almost in the middle of the month already.
Yeah. Of course, it's speeding actually.
We're on the 13th of October already. Imagine that.
Yeah. Before we go, just want to acknowledge the passing of actress Diane Keaton. She's a big one. I think she was about 79 years old. Yeah, and she acted in such movies as The Godfather, Father of the Bride, Something's Gotta Give. Those are just a couple of the movies I remember. Remember The Godfather.
Always acted a comedic role, eh?
Yeah, and Keaton boy. So, yeah, the changing of the guards. Right, So may she rest in peace.
Yeah.
And thanks for all the enjoyment that you would have given to all of us who would have enjoyed those movies. It's something about some of those doggo movies. They just stay with you, They're like the music of yesterday, and sometimes you see things happening today and stuff and things, but they don't resonate the same way as some of the things of the past. That's why I suppose people hold on to some past memories and places and stuff. Yeah. But it is what it is. Yeah. I see some people also, there was recognizing places that you need to go, before you leave this earth. And they identified places in Iceland, here, there, Africa, all different kinds of things, and go and dip in this pool, go and check the pyramids here, go and walk on the Great Wall of China, all those things. And I find it strange that they say, come Trinidad and Tobago for Carnival at all,
Well, it's what people outside there would be discussing. We were discussing that here. But people outside there actually discuss coming to Trinidad and Tobago, going to Grenada, St. Lucia,
At least once in your life, you should come and experience Trinidad and Tobago Carnival.
Yeah.
Come and see
one thing I know everybody should do, especially everybody of African descent, is to visit Africa. Some part of Africa. Any part of Africa. Africa is made up of 54 countries? Go anyone. Just go and experience Black people in their glory. That should say. Nobody's upset, everybody's smiling, everybody go and experience it for yourself.
What is the requirements like? Because seeing that you have been there before, as far as like if you need like visas, price wise, for tickets, travel, what is it like? Guide us a little bit.
Well, some of them you actually need a visa, but of course you can actually get the visa at the airport. For instance, when we went to Egypt, you actually got the visa at the airport, and so to Senegal, they given me the visa at the airport.
When you land there, okay.
When you land, yeah. In some others, you have to get the visa before and so on. I think Morocco, you have to get the visa from here. Nigeria, I'm not sure about. Ghana, you don't need a visa at all. But it's a flight you either go through Europe. Well, in other words, you either go through London, which is a little trickier now because you have to have a visa to go to London. Or you could go to Amsterdam, where you don't need a visa. You just fly straight to Amsterdam. That's 9 hours of flying, 9, almost 10, and then another 7 hours to Africa.
How much is your ticket?
Huh?
How much is your ticket?
Ticket prices will vary depending on the time.
Average. I cannot jotting down this and working on my expense account because we have the thing. So I don't have an idea how much money I'm looking for.
Yeah, you'll spend anywhere around between $15,000 and $20,000 in ticket money to get to Africa.
Right.
Because
that's going and coming.
Yeah, going and coming. You could also go through New York, parts of the United States. I've been through New York. So New York is a shorter way because you're going only 5 hours to New York, almost 6, and the same amount of hours to Africa, to Senegal, right? So it's a shorter flight there as opposed to going all the way up to Europe then to come back down, but it is what it is. When they put direct flights Africa, we will be happy. I know that this government and all talked about it. The last government raised it. This government spoke about it through Kema Maraj. And we'll see. It's long overdue.
Yeah.
Make it acceptable.
What about the spending? What about the spending compared, to, we Trinidadians like to compare everything, So if you're going and get a roti and you pay X amount of money,
everything in Africa is cheap. You understand? It's easily accessible. And them fake clothes that we just be selling here, African Africa, you'd be surprised how ridiculously cheap it is compared to what they sell it for when it reach here. You understand? You will be surprised. I have a whole set of outfits from Ghana that I paid like 35, the equivalent of 35 Trinidad dollars. I paid
what?
For it. And you know how much they're selling it for when they hang up for Emancipation? $350 and $400.
Yeah.
I paid the equivalent of 35 TT dollars there. Faith. Right?
Interesting.
Yeah. So you get a lot for your money. And of course, Africa full of food. Food. Plenty food. Can't go hungry in Africa at all.
Yeah.
Understand?
I'll put it on my bucket list also.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. At least, as I said, there's some things that you should always try and do at least once. So.
Yeah. Africa is one. Going to Africa is definitely one. You should.
All right. Well, this is where we are going to leave it for today. Stay with us on the stream. People, and remember, the budget presentation is on today at 1:30. And we will be bringing that to you live here on the net radio. So once they go at 1:30, and normally budget is 4 or 5 hours kind of thing. The finance minister is going to have his go at it first budget presentation for Minister Tanku. So let's see how it goes. I know there will be much discussion after, and there will be much discussion from tomorrow morning going all the way. And then I think it's by Friday we'll get the opposition response, right? Or is it next week?
Yes, by Friday.
Right. So we will definitely be carrying that also.
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure we have balance in the thing, Yeah, so
PNM do this, PNM and do this, PNM promise this, PNM promise that, they ain't deliver, blah blah blah. It's so we're going to go for the next how much ever.
And every time the queue must see, every time we see I tilt my head to the right, thump hard.
Yeah.
They must have some kind of queue, because their fellas are not just be right on spot,
Yeah.
Yeah. It is happening with everybody.
That's what they need to do. Provide jobs to people. That's
what we wait to see. So people stay on the stream. New Era TT Radio continues on newerattradio.com and New Era TT Radio. Put it in your browser. You will get us on TuneIn. And that way you get us on your Alexa devices. And of course, I said we bring the budget presentation for you. There will be no afternoon drive with Tony Fraser this afternoon because of that. But tomorrow we'll jump back inside with it. So yeah.
All right. Okay, folks, have a wonderful day. Yeah, have a wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God.
All right, and hopefully Richard will be back tomorrow.
Yes, Richard will be back tomorrow, please God.
Okay.
This has been
The Breakfast Show.
Yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The Breakfast Show got the vibes.